In the last video, we were able to record an action that would ultimately save us a lot of time if we needed to perform the same operation on multiple images. The question becomes, however, what if you do have something like 100 images? Do you need to open all 100 images and then run the action? It seems like it really wouldn't save that much time. And you know what? You'd be right. So what you would do in that situation is you would come up to the File menu, and from the File menu, you can choose Automate. Then you can select Batch. This will open up the Batch dialog box, and here you can choose the set in which you want to play an action from. In this case, it will be the Web Actions set. The action specifically is called Thumbnail. Then we have to choose a source. In this case, it will be a folder. Then you can click Choose and select the folder that you want all of the images to come from. In this case, I'm going to select that Headshots directory, which is inside the exercise files that you downloaded from our site. I'll go ahead and click OK. Then you get to specify the destination where all these new images will reside. Again, this will be a folder. I'll go ahead and click Choose. And what I'm going to do is come over to the desktop and create a new folder. I'll go ahead and call this Thumbnails. Once you press Enter, you can select Thumbnails, and then you can click OK. Now, what's important here is that this doesn't read New Folder anymore. It needs to read Thumbnails. If you're on a Mac, you probably won't have that issue, but nevertheless, with this selected, Thumbnails, you can come over here and click OK. Just verify that the path is in fact correct. You then can specify the document name. In this case, it will be myfile1. Whatever the extension is that the file will be saved out as. In this case, instead of choosing 1-digit serial number, I'm going to go ahead and choose something a little bit different. I'm going to go with serial letter. And the reason for that is they're already named with a number. So I don't want the files to show up as image 1.1. Instead, I want them to appear as image 1A. You can then specify the starting serial number. In this case, it will be 1, which is really the equivalent of A since we're working with a letter. And then you may want to choose different operating systems for the compatibility. Once you're done doing that, you can come over and click OK. Once you click OK, you'll notice that all the operations are performed on all the different images. If you then minimize Photoshop, you can find that Thumbnails folder, and each of those images reside now within that directory. And if you were to open one, you would see that it is in fact the smaller file size that we set up in the previous movie. So there you have it. Batch processing can save you an enormous amount of time when trying to perform the same action across multiple files.